Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Rohan. I want to welcome you to the Marketer's Machine. The Marketer's Machine is a marketing kit that comes in 9 different themes that's going to help you save hundreds, and I truly mean hundreds of dollars by creating your product launch graphics in just minutes. So if you've got a launch coming up or you want to create some graphics for your online business, you've definitely made the right choice. I do want to, before we continue, I want to just thank you for making this purchase. I put a lot of time and effort into this. Everything you see before you, I designed myself. So I do want to thank you for making this purchase. Without further ado, let's see what we've got here. So you have 9 different themes, like I said before. You've got Peppermint, Sanguino, Currency, Benjamin, Builder, Dockside, Gotham, Holland, and Artisan, as you would have no doubt seen from the sales page and the sales letter. And all of them are structured the same way. They're just different themes using different fonts, colors, and patterns. But the structures are basically the same, which means you know how to edit one, you know how to edit all of these. I didn't want to make this too confusing for you. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and open up. Actually, you want to start right here. So all these have different fonts that they use. First thing you want to do is come in here, open up this font list, and begin downloading your fonts. All you want to do is just click on your mouse. This is going to take you to a link. You click download OTF here. It's going to pop up at the bottom left, I'm sorry. All I'm going to do is open this up, and I'm just going to create a new folder on my desktop right here. And the only reason I can include the downloads to these fonts in the product itself was for copyright purposes. So you're going to have to take out just 5 minutes max for you to download these fonts yourself and install them on your computer, but it's super easy. All I'm doing is opening this, dragging it over to my folder. Then I'm going to open up this folder. I'm going to select all these, right click, and click install. Now, I already have it installed on my computer, so I'm going to get this little pop-up here, but that's basically how it works. You will need to do this first, so everything in your little marketing machines can show up properly. So download those fonts. Let's go ahead and delete that. Download the fonts. Next thing you want to do, pick a theme. Let's start off with Peppermint. We have banners, ebook covers, ebook Word template, logo, PowerPoint template, and social media graphics. Every single one of these is editable in both Photoshop and PowerPoint. So let's go ahead and start with the banner. So let's say you have a launch coming up and you want to have your graphics ready for your JV partners. You're not a graphic designer. You don't know where to start. You're asking around for different prices for graphic design. You're looking at hundreds of bucks when you put together your banner ads, your e-cover graphics, your social media graphics, if you're putting together like some sort of like presentation, that's more money out of your pocket. All you got to do is just come in here, banners. Let's start off with Photoshop, and then we'll come to PowerPoint after. I'll open up Photoshop, and you have 10 different banners, and you can see what they would look like right here. This is what they end up looking like. Super easy to edit these. All I'll do is start off with one size, 970 by 250. All I'm going to do, press T on my keyboard. Again, I'm selecting the text tool from here. By the way, if you don't have Photoshop on your computer currently, I highly recommend it. It's made for graphic design. If you can currently afford, to spend $10 a month, I highly recommend you use Photoshop. If not, like I said, we do have the PowerPoint templates as well. Do keep in mind that Photoshop does come with a 30-day trial. So, hopefully you can make your money back in 30 days and just pay them the $10 for Photoshop. Photoshop is awesome. In any case, I'm going to come over here, press T on my keyboard to bring up the text tool. Then I'm going to click this guy. Now, I want to retain this, white on the left, green on the right kind of theme going on here. So I'll just select just the white part. And let's say your product name is, what's your product name? Your product name is Super Affiliate. That's all I could come up with. Super. Then I'm going to select the green part and Affiliate. Missing an F. Boom. Right there. A few things you might run into if I keep typing. Look what's going to happen. So it's chopping off the text. There are a few things you can do. I can either select all of this, and if you look up here, I'm just going to drag to the left to bring the text size down so that everything displays on screen. Okay? See here, let's see if we can get this word to make sense again. Boom. Let's say it was super affiliate, 3000 part 2. Let's go back to a bigger size. See, it's going to cut that off. All I'm going to do, come up here, drag to the left. That's going to bring the size down until everything is visible. Or, if we go back, another thing you can do is drag this box out. This isn't always going to work. If you have too much text, it won't show up anyhow, but this is another thing you can do. So I'm going to hold down Alt on my keyboard, so it's going to expand from both directions simultaneously. And I'm going to drag to the right. If you look at my little arrow guy here, drag to the right, Alt on my keyboard, you're going to see the text start popping up. But again, we run into a problem because now the text is rubbing up against the border. That's creating visual problems. It looks gross. So let's bring it back to where it was. Another thing you can do is obviously bring this down as well, and the text is going to display here. So you could select this, and I'll bring this up here. I'm going to press V on my keyboard to bring up the Move tool, and I can drag this text down. This is the subtitle text, as you can see over here in the Layers panel on the right. All I have to do is click it, and I'm going to hold Shift on my keyboard so it doesn't move out of place, and I'm going to click my left mouse button and just drag down. So if I did have a bunch of text here, let's copy that and paste it. I could bring that down and it would display. So don't be scared to move stuff around. Again, let's bring that back up. I made this so you don't have to necessarily move stuff around, but if you do run into those problems, like you have a really long word in here or the text is too big, don't be scared to move stuff around. That's literally it. I come in here, I edit the title, I edit the subtitle. If you wanted to say click here, it's already there. If you wanted to say, join now, buy now, order more, whatever you wanted to say, literally click in here. I'm going to select all, Control A on my keyboard, order, enter, now. I want to make this text just a little smaller so it looks nicer on that button. Control A on my keyboard to select everything. And again, back up here, drag to the left, boom. Super easy, right? I'm just going to come back. Super easy. That's literally how it works. Now you want to save this as a picture. I'm going to come up to File, Save As, and I'm going to do PNG. And I'll save it on my desktop. The proportions of this banner, specific banner, is 970 by 250, and I'm going to save. I'm going to come to my desktop. Here it is. And right there. Super easy. Super easy. I'm going to show you how to animate these in Photoshop as well. I couldn't give them to you already animated because you're going to have to edit them. But literally 2-click solution. All we're going to be doing is telling Photoshop to turn this button off, the visibility off, and then turn it back on at 0.5 half a second intervals like this. This is basically what Photoshop's going to be doing. And to do that, where you want to go up to Window, Timeline, right? It might not always show this screen, this little thing, that panel that I'm looking at the bottom. It might just be blank, and it might say Video Timeline or something like that with a little, it's usually right here, with a little drop-down arrow. All you want to do is click the drop-down arrow and select, I think it's Create Animation from Frames, and then click it, and it's going to show up this way. All I'm going to do on the second frame, I'll actually delete this frame. Delete. I'm going to duplicate this frame by pressing this right here. And I'm going to come over here to the button and press the eyeball so it disappears. And I'm going to press play. And that was it. That was it. I'm going to do that again. So let's delete this one. Let's turn this panel off. So again, keep in mind, we saved it the first time as a static banner, which means the button isn't animated. animated banners tend to perform better, obviously, because, you know, they're animated, so the click-through tends to be a little higher. So again, we save the first one, save as, boom, save it as a PNG. You can do JPEG. PNG tends to be better because a PNG, if there's any transparent stuff in your picture, PNGs can show transparent backgrounds and that kind of stuff, but we don't have any transparency going on here, so you can save it as a JPEG. I'll go with PNG like we did before, save it to my desktop. There it is. That's the static one. Again, for the animated one, window, timeline. If this other frame wasn't here, I would have, let's delete it. All I'm going to do, press this guy, new frame opened up. Super easy. Again, come over here to the eyeball, turn off the visibility on the second frame only. Visibility still on the first frame. I'm going to come down here to my little drop down arrows. I'm going to select 0.5 seconds for my animation that's already selected, and then I'm going to come down here. If forever isn't selected and it says once, I want to change that to forever. Let's click the play button. There it is. Right now, to save this as a GIF, I'm going to come up to File. I'm going to do Export. I'm going to do Save for Web. I'm going to click that. Then I'm going to come up here. If this doesn't say GIF, I'm going to select GIF, GIF, whatever you want to call it. And then I'm going to come in here again. If looping options aren't, if it's not set to forever, I want to select forever, because then if it's set to once, it's just going to do it once. That defeats the whole purpose of having an animated banner. I'm going to come up to Save, and let's do it on the desktop. And I usually just want to throw in, you know, dash anim for animated, dash animated, whatever you want to say, just to let you know that this is the animated version. You take these two pictures, you upload them to your JV page, and you have both your static and animated banners right there. So that's how you animate banners in Photoshop. Not that hard. Let's look at how we do this in PowerPoint. Banners, PowerPoint, come up to the 970 by 250. Pretty much the same thing. Select the white text. What was it called? Super. Caps lock on. Super. Select the green text. Whoa. 1 second here. Affiliate. Again, drag the text box out. I'm going to hold Control to drag out from both directions. It was Alt in Photoshop. It's Control in PowerPoint. I'm going to hold down Control on my keyboard and drag towards the right. Oops, made a mistake. There we go. And our text displays perfectly. Again, I could also bring down the size of my text. Whatever I want to do, I can do. I would change my subtitle as well. Change my button. And how do I save this as a picture? Come down to File, Save As, Browse. I'm going to select PNG, just like I would in Photoshop. Then I'm going to come to Desktop, and I'm going to put PP on the end for PowerPoint. And I'm going to select just this one. Which slides do you want to export? Just this one. Let's check it out. And here it is. Now with PowerPoint, the photos save at a really, really high resolution. So all you're going to have to do is open it up in like a program like Paint, for example. Then I'm going to do resize, pixels, and you could bring it down to something like 970. And as you can see, since I brought it down to 970, it automatically resized to 250, which is exactly the same resolution we had in Photoshop. The only difference with PowerPoint is that it saves the photos at a super high resolution. So you have to be the one to resize it yourself, which, boom, there it is. Save, Control S on my keyboard, and we are good to go. This is how you create animated banners in PowerPoint. What I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this slide, Control D on my keyboard. I'm going to delete the button entirely in this one. Delete. So basically what we're going to be doing is saving two separate versions of this picture and using a website to go through these two versions really quickly to achieve basically what I'm doing manually right now. I wish there was a way to do this in PowerPoint. I don't think there is. I've been messing around in this for some time. So this is literally what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and save this picture now. And then we'll resize it in Paint. and then we'll be on our way. PNG, I'll do PP1, save just this one. PP1, come over here, open with, and again, the reason I'm resizing this is because look at this size. It's 4042 pixels. We definitely do not want that for a banner. Again, 970, 250, Control S, save. Then I'm going to Google online GIF, if I can type GIF creator. I'll just select the first one. All I'll do is come in here, upload images, select my two things that I created. They're uploaded. So you can see the preview right here, literally the same thing like we did in Photoshop. 500 milliseconds is the same as 0.5 seconds. That's perfect. I'm going to come down here to create GIF animation. Then I'm going to say view the GIF just to check it out. And there it is. Super easy. So the only difference with PowerPoint in creating the animated banners is that we have to manually save two versions of the banner, the one with the button visible, the one with the button not visible, and use this website to create them. Photoshop, you can create the animated banners within Photoshop itself. That's video number 1 on how you can edit the banners in Photoshop and PowerPoint. I'm going to be seeing you for video number 2. And what are we going to be editing? We're going to be editing the ebook cover, super easy as well, in PowerPoint and Photoshop. This is the Marketer's Machine. My name is Rohan. By the way, if you have any questions for me whatsoever, feel free to send me a message at the support desk. That's support@amodernmarketer.zendesk.com. Support@amodernmarketer.zendesk.com. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot, guys.